Alright, just did a video, but I'm going to do another one because I really think we need to document this Bonamassa before I sell it off. I already have somebody who pretty much bought it, just waiting for the payment, but while I still have it for a minute, we got to do this. Got to document this one, get it a full review on it. So, 57 Classics, VOS finish with aged hardware, kind of sort of like Murphy Labbing before there was a Murphy Lab. And I'm actually pretty sure, just because this guitar has it has zero fretwear anywhere. I mean, just zero. So, I thought we should just give it a little bit of a run through. Yeah, so the 57 Classics and the aged hardware, the VOS finish. I love this one, non-reflector knob, the old top hat knob instead of the reflector. Just think that's cool. NBR1, lightweight aluminum tailpiece that doesn't have any markings on it, just like all the other custom shops that I've seen. Obviously, now these are supposed to be Tone Pro Clusen style tuners. From what I read, that's what I thought. Nylon nut, which I'm starting to find out is very cool, and I can't tell if it's just kind of like, because of the age of this guitar, or if there was a little bit of like they wanted it to look like this, but it almost looks like it was replaced. Come on, focus. Why won't we focus? Hopefully that's coming through even enough to see, where it almost looks like some slight finish cracking. But on the other side, it's not really there at all. So that could be one or the other. I've had a lot of aged binding before on a lot of different guitars, but I feel like they really made this nice and smoky, like you're playing blues clubs, in the 90s, down in, I forget where Bonamassa is from, but I thought he was from the South. Sorry if I'm wrong, but see how dark that yellowing is? It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Almost like you were just sitting in clubs, just getting hammered with smoke hitting you, and all these different things. Just very cool touch. Obviously, no. So you know what? Actually, before I go to obviously, they were saying that the neck is just a shade thinner than a 59, and it is. They couldn't have been more correct on exactly what that feels like. It's exactly what it is. There was a certain percentage like that they said is less than a 59 335, and I've had a 59 custom shop 335, so that is, except that neck was really, really thin because it was the 90s and they were doing that. But I've had others anyway. Very, very medium profile. The red sticker inside just says JB076 Bonamassa Gibson. Now we know this is Gibson custom because of the COA, and the case and everything else that goes with it. But, and actually too, I almost feel like they did the fret nibs a little bit more vintage, almost like a tad worn. And there's even this tiny little, like, because I've checked other listings, and it's going to be impossible to see. I've checked other listings, and I called Gibson too. There's this tiny little finish crack over here that's supposed to be here. You see, I can't even get it to show up because it's that minimal. It doesn't even exist. But there's this tiny little finish crack there that is, this is replicating Bonamassa's actual Gibson. So that's what, of course, Gibson did. But I mean, look at this. Sometimes I really do wonder how I find these guitars that just don't have a mark on them unless it's supposed to be there. I mean, you might see some fingerprint smudges as I'm doing this, but I mean, look at this thing. You know, let's see if we can get the neck in. Look at the back of the, look at the neck. I mean, it's absolutely stellar. Absolutely mint. What I guess you would call mint, you know. We'll go back to the top here. You know, besides the aging of the hardware and some decent beating up on the pickup. See there, it's on the pickguard. See how it's coming in there? There's no way this guitar was played that much. There's just absolutely no way. There's nothing to warrant that it was played that much. The other thing I've noticed too is it's kind of strange. It doesn't love super low action, but the action is, I have the action superb. Super low action, it likes to buzz a little. But anyway, so we gotta play it, right? Let's go through the Mesa with a little crunch. Super vintage. Of course I'm going to go right to the neck. I don't even care about the bridge pickup on this guitar. You know what? I know people sometimes say they can't hear me, so we're just going to go for it. You know what? I know my wife's asleep, but... But as I'm playing it, I'm sorry, we gotta go clean. Let's do it. Let's clean it up. Of course I'm out of tune. Let's go to the middle. on this neck and let's really jazz it up. Oh, a little too far. It's really, oh man, it's really, I don't know what it really is. It's really, what it is. It's really nice, and I'm crazy for selling it, but that's what it is. It's really nice, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. I'm adjusting a little bit to the higher action, and again, I don't know if this is just a little bit part of like his specifications, because you can lower it, but it does start to buzz a little bit. It actually starts to buzz a decent amount up here when you lower it just a tad more. But again, I have it probably. I should measure it. It's quite low, but I just wonder if like the nut is cut that way, because there's absolutely I checked every fret with a fret rocker, and I can't find any high frets anywhere on it. So I mean, and there's absolutely no. I use my straight edge neck, totally straight. I mean, it's interesting. It's kind of the first time I've experienced this, and again, the action is by no means high. It's kind of like how PRS comes stock, and I know why he does that is because he wants the notes to ring out more and for them to be more full, and I mean that's the whole reason for a little bit higher of action. So I guess maybe that's kind of part of a Bonamassa spec. There's so little information on these guitars. I mean, it's good luck trying to even find information on these. There's one reverb posting from out of the country that has kind of a little like flyer or whatever from I think when they introduced it, and it gave me some information, because when I bought it I was like, boy, there's a lot of tarnish on these pickup covers, and I wasn't sure, and I thought again, I saw the pick guard, and I was like, man, there's a lot of scratches on that, and it from everything I've seen, it's supposed to be there, because when you warrant that kind of wear, you warrant some kind of play wear, which is not here. I mean, it's just not. There's not like strap circles from it being worn a lot, you know what I mean, like around the back of the strap button. It's just some fingerprints, and of course the VOS aging makes it a little dull. Not satin dull, not even close to that, but a little bit dull. I love 335s. I do. You know that if you watch my channel. I love 335s. I love these tuners. I love 57 classics. I love Gibson. I love Gibson custom. I love Gibson everything. So this one sucks to let go of, but I mean, I just have to, because I mean, I already have how many 335s? Enough. Five's enough. But is it really? We don't know. We have to discuss these things. So very cool. And if you watch my last video, because I'm about to post this, I did keep the custom shop gold top, and I'm selling my standard 50s gold top, and I'll just put in a few bucks on my end. So whoops, had to happen. Anyway, Bonamassa custom shop 335. Just if you ever get a chance to get one, I don't see how you can go wrong with this. This is as cool as Gibson gets. It really is. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm actually going to post this, even though I posted yesterday. I bought 3 Gibson customs, and somehow I'm still married today. And I kept one, and somehow I'm really still married today. So boy, I live a good life. Anyway, thanks guys and girls.